Listen to me, my child. Be still for a moment and let your heart settle, because what I am about to speak is not noise, not coincidence, not imagination. It is intention. It is love wrapped in urgency. It is truth arriving exactly on time. Today, December 29th, there is a stirring in the unseen. The atmosphere around you is not ordinary. Heaven has leaned closer than usual. I have watched you carry questions you never spoke aloud, tears you wiped away before anyone noticed, and fears you tried to silence by staying busy. I know how heavy your thoughts have been at night. I know how often you asked, God, are you still with me? And then immediately doubted whether you should even ask that question. I am with you. I have not moved. You did not lose me. I did not forget you. And today, I allowed Archangel Michael to step forward in the spiritual realm to warn, protect, and awaken you, not because danger is chasing you, but because destiny is approaching. There are moments in life when time feels normal, flowing as it always has. And then there are moments when time tightens, when every second becomes weighted with meaning. This is one of those moments. When my messenger speaks of 12 minutes remaining, understand this is not about fear. It is about focus. It is about alignment. It is about a window that is open right now and will not remain open forever. You have been standing at the edge of a decision. Even if you didn't realize it. Part of you has been waiting for a sign clear enough to quiet your doubt. Another part of you has been afraid that if you truly heard me, you would have to change. I am not here to overwhelm you. I am here to invite you. These 12 minutes represent a divine pause. A holy interruption. A moment where heaven asks for your attention, not your perfection. You don't need to have the right words. You don't need to understand everything. You only need to be willing. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian, not to threaten, but to defend what is trying to be born in your life. There has been spiritual resistance around you because what I placed inside you matters more than you think. The delays, the confusion, the emotional exhaustion you felt lately were not signs of abandonment. They were signs of pressure. And pressure often appears just before release. You thought maybe you were falling behind. You are not. You thought maybe others were chosen while you were overlooked. That is not true. I have been preparing you quietly, carefully, while you thought nothing was happening. I work best in silence. Today is not about punishment. It is about protection. It is about course correction. It is about me reaching into your day and saying, pay attention. I am speaking now. There are things I am asking you to release, not because they are evil, but because they are no longer aligned. Old attachments. Old patterns. Old hopes that were born out of fear instead of faith. You've been holding on to something because it feels familiar, even though it no longer brings peace. I am not angry with you for that. I understand how hard it is to let go when you've already lost so much, but I want you to know this: what you are afraid to release is standing in the way of what you've been praying to receive. You asked me for clarity. This is it. You asked me for a sign. This is it. You asked me to speak louder because you were tired of guessing. This is me, speaking clearly, gently, but firmly. The reason the message feels urgent is because your heart has been drifting into discouragement. Not rebellion. Not disbelief. Just quiet weariness. You kept going, but hope became heavier to carry. So I sent a warning wrapped in love to remind you that what you do in moments like this matters more than what you do when everything feels easy. In these 12 minutes, I am not measuring you. I am inviting you to return. Return to trust. Return to honesty. Return to the place where you first believed I could do the impossible. You don't need to fix your entire life right now. You don't need to have a 5-year plan. You don't need to understand how everything will unfold. All I am asking is for you to acknowledge me. To whisper, even if your voice shakes, God, I'm here. I'm listening. There are things being rearranged behind the scenes. Conversations you don't know about. Delays that were actually protection. Doors that didn't open because what was on the other side would have cost you more than you realized. I saved you from paths that looked right but would have drained your spirit. Archangel Michael's presence today is not random. He stands where courage is needed. And courage is what I am awakening in you now. Not loud courage. Not dramatic courage. But quiet courage that chooses faith even when emotions are uncertain. You have underestimated the power of your obedience in small moments. You thought if it didn't feel dramatic, it didn't matter. But heaven moves when hearts choose alignment. Not when they chase excitement. I know you have been disappointed before. I know you trusted and were hurt. I know you prayed and felt like nothing happened. That is why this moment matters. Because you are tempted to protect yourself by closing your heart just enough to survive. But I did not create you to merely survive. I created you to live fully, freely, and anchored in me. These 12 minutes are not ticking toward loss. They are pointing toward opportunity. A chance to shift your posture from waiting anxiously to trusting intentionally. A chance to stop rehearsing what could go wrong and start believing that I am already at work. There is someone in heaven interceding for you right now. Someone you loved. Someone you never met. Someone appointed. Do not concern yourself with who. Concern yourself with what. What is being asked of you is simple. Stay open. Do not harden your heart today. Do not dismiss this moment as coincidence. Do not tell yourself you'll return to this later. Later is where many blessings go to fade. Now is where transformation begins. I see your future more clearly than you see your present. And I promise you this, what is coming will make sense of what you've been through. Not all at once. But enough to restore your faith. You are not running out of time. You are stepping into alignment. And alignment often feels urgent because it requires honesty. So breathe. Slow down. Let go of the noise for a moment. Even now, as you read these words, something in you knows this is real. That feeling is not fear. It is recognition. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be present. Stay with me in this moment. Trust me beyond this moment. And watch what unfolds when heaven and your heart move together. I love you. I have always. Stay with me a little longer. Do not rush past this moment as if it were just another message, because what is unfolding now is layered, gentle, and deliberate. I am not finished speaking to your heart yet. you may be wondering why this message feels so personal, why it feels like it is touching places you rarely allow anyone to see. That is because I am speaking to the part of you that has been silent for too long. The part that learned how to smile while hurting. The part that kept believing even when answers didn't come. I see that part of you, and I honor it. There has been a quiet battle in your spirit. Not one of loud rebellion, but one of endurance. You kept showing up. You kept praying even when your prayers felt flat. You kept hoping even when hope felt fragile. That is why heaven has drawn near today. Endurance attracts divine attention. Archangel Michael stands not only as a warrior, but as a stabilizer. When your emotions have felt scattered, when your thoughts have raced between faith and fear, His presence brings order. Heaven is not chaotic right now. It is intentional. Calm. Focused. Everything is being handled with precision. Those 12 minutes you heard about are not slipping away as you read this. They are unfolding within you. They represent a transition from one inner posture to another. From waiting to receiving. From confusion to clarity. From self-protection to surrender. I know surrender scares you. You have surrendered before and felt like you lost something precious. But surrender to me does not take from you. It restores you. What hurt you in the past was not surrender to me, but surrender to expectations that were not aligned with my will. There are relationships you still think about. Words you wish had been said differently. Moments you replay, wondering if one small change could have altered everything. My child, release the burden of rewriting the past. I am not asking you to forget. I am asking you to trust that nothing was wasted. Even your pain has been speaking on your behalf. There are doors you thought closed forever that were only delayed. And there are doors you begged me to open that I gently kept shut because I knew what would follow. You didn't see the full picture then. You don't see it fully now. But you will. You have been questioning your worth without realizing it. Measuring yourself by outcomes instead of obedience. Comparing your pace to others without knowing the private battles they carry. I want you to hear this clearly: you are not behind. You are not lacking. You are not forgotten. I have been protecting you from moving too fast while your heart was still healing. Today, as this message continues, something is settling inside you. A quiet assurance. A sense that you are not alone in your thoughts. That is me. That is the nearness you asked for. That is the answer you prayed for when you said, God, just let me know you're here. I am here, and there is more coming, but it will not arrive through force. It will come through trust. Through obedience in small things. Through choosing peace when your mind wants to spiral. Through believing me even when your emotions lag behind your faith. Do not underestimate what is shifting right now. Some changes are not visible immediately because they happen at the root before they appear at the surface. You are being realigned. Strengthened. Prepared. You do not need to chase what I am bringing. You only need to stay open, come closer still. Let your heart lean in, because what I am sharing now is meant to steady you, not rush you. You have been holding yourself together for so long that you forgot what it feels like to rest without fear. I am inviting you into that rest now. You have wondered if your sensitivity was a weakness. You felt things deeply, noticed shifts others ignored, carried concerns that were never voiced. You tried to toughen yourself, to become less affected, less hopeful, less open. But I did not design you to be numb. I designed you to be discerning. Your sensitivity has been one of my tools in your life, even when it felt like a burden. There were moments you sensed something wasn't right but talked yourself out of it. Moments you felt led to wait but felt pressured to move. Moments you felt peace slipping away but stayed because leaving felt too costly. I am not bringing this up to shame you. I am bringing it up to free you. Awareness is not accusation. It is preparation. Archangel Michael's warning today is also a reassurance. You are not late to this realization. You are right on time. Heaven does not operate on panic, even when urgency is present. Urgency is simply clarity arriving. You have been standing at the edge of a shift that requires courage, and courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is choosing to stop pretending everything is fine. Sometimes courage is admitting you need my guidance more than your own control. Sometimes courage is trusting me enough to let go of what feels safe but keeps you small. I know you have tried to be strong for others. You became the listener, the supporter, the one who stayed steady when others fell apart. But who has been holding you? I have. Even when you didn't feel it. Even when you doubted it. Even when you cried alone and wondered why relief didn't come faster, relief did not delay because I ignored you. It delayed because timing matters. Some answers arrive too early would confuse you. Some blessings arrive too soon would overwhelm you. I have been aligning not just circumstances, but your heart's capacity to receive. You are stepping out of a season where everything felt like effort. Effort to believe. Effort to trust. Effort to keep going. The next season will still require faith, but it will not feel as heavy. You will recognize my hand more easily. You will hear my voice with more confidence. Doubt will no longer dominate your decisions the way it once did, but this transition requires your consent. Not loud declarations. Not public promises. Just an inner yes. A willingness to let me lead even when the path isn't fully lit. There are things you have been afraid to ask me because you feared the answer. You thought silence might be safer. But I am not here to disappoint you. I am here to guide you. And guidance sometimes begins with honesty. Be honest with me now. About what you want. About what you fear. About what you are tired of carrying. I already know, but I want you to say it because truth spoken opens doors that silence keeps closed. As these moments pass, do not watch the clock with anxiety. Heaven is not counting down to failure. Heaven is inviting you into alignment. And alignment always feels like a narrowing before it feels like expansion. You are not losing anything essential. You are shedding what no longer fits who you are becoming. Stay open. Stay gentle with yourself. Stay willing. I am still here. And I am still speaking. Remain here with me. Let your breathing slow. Let the noise fade into the background. You do not need to brace yourself for what comes next, because what I am giving you now is not weight, it is grounding. You have been living with a quiet sense of urgency inside you for a long time. Not panic, but a feeling that something was unfinished, something unresolved. You tried to name it, tried to fix it, tried to distract yourself from it. But that feeling was not anxiety. It was anticipation. Your spirit sensed movement before your mind could understand it. There are layers in you that are awakening. Layers you thought had gone numb. Layers you thought you had lost. Hope did not disappear from you, even when it felt distant. It was resting, conserving strength, waiting for the right moment to rise again. This is that moment. You have been more obedient than you realize. Not in grand gestures, but in quiet restraint. In the times you chose not to react. In the moments you walked away instead of proving a point. In the days you kept your integrity even when no one was watching. Heaven noticed all of it. I want you to understand something clearly. You are not being rushed because you are failing. You are being called because you are ready. Archangel Michael's presence signals protection around a threshold. Thresholds are sacred places. They are where the old season ends and the new one begins. Standing there can feel uncomfortable because you are no longer settled in what was, but not yet immersed in what will be. That discomfort is not danger. It is transition. You have asked me before, God, why does it feel like I'm always in between? Because you are a bridge builder. You move first so others can follow. You feel the tension before relief arrives. You sense the shift before it becomes visible. That calling requires resilience, and you have more than you think. There are blessings that cannot meet you where you were. They require the version of you that is emerging now. Stronger boundaries. Clearer discernment. A deeper trust in my voice over external noise. I have been cultivating these qualities in you gently. Even when you didn't realize it, do not be afraid of the changes you feel stirring inside. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not losing compassion. You are learning wisdom. You are not drifting away from love. You are learning how to love without losing yourself. There are prayers you whispered long ago that are resurfacing now. You thought time had buried them. It did not. Time refined them. I did not forget a single one. You may still have moments where doubt tries to speak louder than faith. That does not disqualify you. Faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is choosing me even when doubt knocks. As this message continues to unfold, I want you to release the need to understand everything immediately. Some clarity arrives in waves. Some answers come through experience rather than explanation. Trust that I will not leave you confused if you remain willing. You are not alone in this crossing. Heaven is attentive. Protection is active. Guidance is available. Stay receptive. Stay anchored. Stay with me just a little longer. I am leading you somewhere good. Stay here for this last moment, my beloved. Let these words settle gently, because this is where peace replaces urgency and trust replaces striving. What has been happening today was never meant to frighten you. The warning was not about loss, but about attention. Heaven does not shout unless love requires clarity. And today, love required clarity for you. You are stepping out of a season where you questioned yourself constantly. Where you wondered if you were hearing me correctly. Where you doubted your own discernment because past disappointments made you cautious. That season is closing. Not because you forced it to end, but because you stayed faithful through it. I know you feared making the wrong move. You feared missing me. You feared waiting too long or acting too soon. But hear me now, I have been guiding you even in your hesitation. I am not as fragile as you think. I do not disappear when you pause. I walk with you through every step, even the uncertain ones. Those 12 minutes were never about the clock on the wall. They were about a shift in your heart. And that shift has already begun. You chose to listen. You chose to stay open. You chose not to dismiss what stirred within you. That choice matters more than you know. From this point forward, you will notice a difference. Not everything will change overnight, but your inner posture will. You will respond instead of react. You will feel peace sooner than before. You will recognize my nudges more clearly. Confusion will lose its grip faster than it once did. There will still be challenges, but they will no longer shake your identity. There will still be waiting, but it will not feel empty. There will still be decisions, but you will not face them alone. I am placing a quiet confidence inside you. Not arrogance. Not pressure. Just a steady knowing that you are being led. That you do not need to chase what belongs to you. That what is meant for you will recognize you when the time is right. Release the habit of second-guessing every step. You are learning. You are growing. You are allowed to move forward without having everything figured out. Trust grows as you walk, not before, and when doubt tries to return, remember this moment. Remember how something in you recognized my voice. Remember how peace followed attention. Let that memory anchor you. I am not distant. I am not disappointed. I am not waiting for you to fail so I can correct you. I am walking with you, shaping you, strengthening you. You are safe in my hands. Rest now. Carry this assurance with you. And know this, deeply and without question, I am guiding you. I am protecting you. I am working on your behalf, and your story is still unfolding beautifully.